Yeah, I need to move my microphone back into place. 2, 2, 2, 2. Oh yeah. Okay. I think we're live, up and running. We got Rob, Pete. How you going, Pete? Rob. Trendsetters. Yeah, maybe. Gavin, how you going? Adrian or Liz, whoever it is. I'm sure it's Adrian. I'm sure Liz would maybe find this a bit boring, but you never know. Jan. Wait for a couple more people to sign in or join up or whatever we're doing. Yeah, I thought I'd do something a little bit different today. Let's see if we can do some collaborative songwriting. So I'm just going to get my chair right so I'm not sitting too close to the floor. How nice is it today? I wonder if there's anybody outside in the weather watching the stream, or if we're all inside. It's a bit windy. Peter says it's a bit windy on the other side of the river. It's nice over here. It's probably a little bit windy here too, but it's nice in the sun. Yesterday was nice too. Apparently there was heaps of people down at the beach getting their shot of vitamin D. Realize that I see the comments come up in my YouTube feed before everybody else does. Maybe that's so I can block people if they say something inappropriate. Not that I would do that, but yeah, I might maybe I would. If someone can comment, just let me know whether we've got sounds. It sounds good and it looks good. I know I've got a little bit of a lag between my video and the audio at the moment. I've got a new device coming this week which will fix that problem, hopefully, and hopefully solve some of my issues with Zoom lessons as well, because Zoom has been causing some problems throughout the week as well, which has been a bit of a pain when you rely upon it to do lessons and earn a buck. I probably should actually pay for a subscription to YouTube, but no, to Zoom. But I'm wary as to whether that would paying money to them give me any more benefit than what I already get. How you going, man? Alright, so what's the time? 6 past. I think it's probably enough time. I'm sure there'll be some other people that might join us, or already have joined us, since I've just been doing my little country and western chords. Cool. So today I thought we'd do something a little bit different. I've got a song that I've been working on since May 2019. Bit laggy on, Rob says, bit laggy on the front face camera. Yeah, I can't do much about it at the moment. My computer's being a little bit taxed. I've got Logic open, I've got OBS open, and heaps of other things trying to run about 6 programs at once. That's why it's a bit laggy. So I apologise for the lagginess. Hopefully it will clean up a little bit as we go through. So yeah, this is a little tune that I've sort of been working on since May 2019, and I'm not the best at writing lyrics, so I've got some stuff in the pipelines, some ideas, and I actually gave this to Warren the other day, and he had a bit of a play with it and put a drum track down on his YouTube page. I might show you that now before we go any further. So this is Warren in his drum studio, and I like the lights and the changes he did with the thing. I'll play it for you. Alright, cool. Alright. So yeah, so that's what was did. I think he chopped it up and made it a bit bigger than the track that I gave him. And I originally recorded the song with Superior Drummer. Hey, before we go any further, where are we? Which camera are we in? In this one. Cheers, big ears. I hope you got your beverage of the day. I've got water today. Hope you got your coffee. What was I saying? Yeah, so I gave Warren this track and he sort of had a bit of a play with it and extended it out, and I thought it'd be good to do a little bit of a collaborative thing. We'll see how this works. So I've got at the moment I've got open I'll show you the Night Jam Facebook thing up here, all right, and I've actually uploaded a PDF of it's a really rough chord chart So if you want to download that, you can download that and have a look at it and sort of I've written that's the right word. I've written or sort of roughly transcribed the riff in Tab there for all my guitar player mates. And the way I thought we'd do with this, I'll just keep an eye on the comments, and I've set the stream to be sort of a low latency lag. We'll see how that goes. Which means if you comment, it should come up hopefully reasonably quickly on the feed. And you can make some just suggestions. Maybe let's change chords. If you've got an idea for a guitar riff, what you could also do is take a quick video and share it up on the Night Jam page, and I can share it, or you can tell me just to look at it personally, or I can look at it personally. If you've got some suggestions on any cool riffs or any chord changes, we'll put in there. And yeah, so if you want to add any cool thoughts in, you can. If you would prefer just to sit and watch me pull apart this thing and do some chopping and changing, feel free to do that too. Or if you want to sit there and drink your beverage and pick your nose and not watch me, you can do that too. All right. So I've got a session open up here with Logic. So I'll show you a bit what I've got. Like I said, this is pretty in its infant stage, and I'm actually going to change the chord progression for this a little bit too. So what we've got here, and this is probably a little bit of a lesson for those who are wanting to get into recording music too, because I heard some people were keen on to know more about that. So what I've got up the top here is a drum track, and you can see there's nothing in the timeline at the moment for the drum track. That's because all of the programming of the drum track, everyone's telling me the front camera is laggy. So what I might do is, sorry, I'm keeping an eye on the thing. I might change my camera to, in this display, to another camera. Sorry, let me do this quickly. USB camera. All right, so hopefully that one is a little bit less distracting. Okay, so back to Logic. So in Logic, I've got this virtual plugin called Superior Drummer, and it's basically a drum kit that has, you can see as I go around with my mouse pointer, I can click on the drum parts, and hopefully you're hearing some sounds of the drums there. So I programmed all of the drums into this program. That's why you can't see it in Logic. And down the bottom of the window here, you can see this big long bar here. This is the drum pattern that I've sequenced in, and you can go in and edit everything with MIDI, and I can go in and maybe add a cymbal hit, or I can add another cymbal hit down there, and as it plays through, if I go back through, it's sort of playing all of those samples, and this is actually, Superior Drummer actually uses real drum samples to create the sounds. So it's not a synthesized thing, it's actually a real drum kit in a real room. So let me play you the track that I've got, because like I said, it's a little bit different to what was posted up on his page. Alright, so that's the intro. Okay, so further down the track, so like I said, that's my drum track. Further down here, I've got some bass, and if I solo the bass, it's just a pretty basic bass part. A little bit distorted, but that's okay. It's a bit rough sounding. But like I said, this is just demo purpose. I'll probably re-record all these parts. The purple tracks I've got down here are the guitar parts. You can see I can pan that around. And the parts underneath here are just some extra chugging sort of. Reminds me of the Angels. Alright, so once again, if we go back into the track. You can hear those extra cymbal hits that I'd put in on top of it. Alright, so let's just have a quick look into the song. The song is in the key of A. It's an A blues song, obviously, and it's over an A7. So if I go back here, all right. Once again, it's a bit laggy, but we'll just put up with it. And next week, well, it streams this week from after this one. Hopefully, it should be heaps better, with no lag, no dropouts, no nothing. So it's over an A7 chord, and I'm doing this riff. And if you've had a look at the PDF, because like I said, the PDF is on the Night Jam, Facebook group page. So I'm hitting this open A, and I'm hammering down this major third from the minor third. And then I'm holding down this, it's like you could probably call it part of the D chord. Alright, so that's the main chordal thing happening in the song. And then we've got this riff. So it's like a 3rd fret, hammer onto the 5th fret, and then I'm picking the open G, and then back to that C note on the 3rd fret. And then I just move that up a string, and then I go to the F sharp rather than going back to the G. And then I go back up to the G, and then back into the. Alright, then I do a similar riff to AC/DC, Have a Drink on Me. Cool. Okay, I don't remember that song, but that's good. Must mean it's decent riff then if AC/DC have already written it. So after that, on those accents, I'm doing this accent over the D, and I'm pulling off the. I'm sort of playing. It's not really a D chord. It's sort of like a G major 7 without the 3rd, or because that's the G there. But yeah, it's like it's a bit moving between the D and the C chords with some weird sort of chordal sort of voicing thing happening over the D and the C. And then I've got a part which is not recorded in this session at the moment, which I'm going to change up in a minute, which goes to an F. It's like an F add 2 chord with the open G chord in it. Sorry, the G note. And it's got a open E if you wanted to play it all the way through to a G chord. And I'm playing this basically the same shape. You can see I'm using the thumb to get the root, and then up to the G, and then it goes back to the A. So it does that 3 times. And then it goes to this, because I wanted to put a weird chord in it. And I would call that a C with an F bass. But it's a bit of a weird voicing. C with an F bass doesn't sort of sound the same as that, but I'm going to call it C with an F bass. So it's basically the top end of that C chord with a F on top, and then I'm going to go to a E minor 7, no, E dominant 7, E7 sharp 9 chord, the Jimi Hendrix chord. Cool. And like I said, I've sort of written that out pretty roughly on the Jam Night. It's a PDF. I was going to put my iPad in, but that would be another thing for my computer handle, and it's freaking out as it is, so I won't tax it any further. So if I just sort of noodle along with this song a little bit, I do have a sort of a rough melody in mind, so I might hum a little bit of that along, and then sort of show you where it goes in that pre-chorus chorus section. So it's not a standard 12-bar blues thing, so I'll just sort of play it along with it a little bit. Warren does a really cool drum roll there. Alright, so that point there is where I want the pre-chorus to come in. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to select all of this stuff, and I'm going to run a knife through it. Oh, hang on, wrong button. Alright, that one there. And what that did, that just sliced up all of those audio pieces that I've got going on. I'm just going to move that out of the way, move it up here. Because I might want to use that at a later point. I might actually move that further out of the way. Oh, that didn't work. A bit further. Bit further. Okay, so that'll now give me room to re-record what I want to do over there with that F chord. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back. And what I might do is maybe just mute these because I don't need them there. And I'll re-record that guitar part again. So all I've done now is gone down to a new fresh track where there's nothing on it. And over here I've got my input from my audio device selected. So I'm using input 2, which is just a mic in front of my guitar cab. And I hit record arm. Alright, so you can see that little green, I don't know if you can see there's a little green thing there. Little green indicator indicating that I've got level going into that track. And now all I've got to do is hit record and give it a go. 2, 3. So this is the verse bit. Second half of the verse. All right, so stop there. Okay, so as you can tell, that sort of went a bit funky because all the other instruments dropped out, but that's okay. I'm just sort of at this point here, I'm not too fussed about playing anything perfect. I'm just sort of jotting down ideas to try and get my head around what's going on. So if we listen to that back, I'll just take record arm off that. Alright, so that's my pre-chorus, and you know how you sometimes get blues songs and they don't really have a chorus; they just have this chorus line at the end of the thing, and that's what I've got thinking at the moment with this. So. Sorry, I'm just making sure I'm keeping on top of my my comments, making sure I'm not missing anybody saying anything. And obviously that guitar that I just recorded sounded a bit weak because the other ones have got a bit of processing and stuff on them. If I click on my X button in here, this is like a little mixer section, and if you look at the guitar one, it doesn't have a lot of effects on it anyway. Alright, so I'll ignore that at the moment. I don't want to get bogged down with details. So so what I might do now is cause you all to suffer and just hum a bit of the melody over the top of this tune. So excuse the bad humming. I don't mean to cause anybody pain, but you don't grow unless there's a bit of pressure, and they reckon pain is good for us. I don't know how, but alright, so what I might do, I might just do the guitar again, and I'm going to sing at the same time. So what I'm going to do down here, I'm going to call this track here vocal hum, and I'm going to use my microphone to record onto that track, and my guitar will come in on this one, and I'm going to hit record, and we'll see what horrible sounds that I can make this time with it, because one of the guitar lines in the verse, I'm thinking to make it follow the melody. So let's see what happens here. Alright, so let's give it a go. Have I got both to record? Yes, and I might just pan that over to that side. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got audio, got guitar. Alright, so let's give it a go. Oh, yeah. Alright, stop there. Alright, so I hope that didn't hurt your ears too much. So let's go back and have a listen. Now, obviously, that vocal mic has picked up all of my guitar in the room as well. So... Oh, it wasn't too bad. My mic is sitting just up here, so it's closer to my voice than it is the guitar, so... So just the two guitars that I've recorded, they're like pretty sloppy, but and they're definitely not in sync, but you get the idea. Alright, so that's got that pre-chorus locked in. I could now go in and put some bass down if I really wanted to. And there's room over that A chord because it's doing F. I could do some sort of little riff in between those lines. Yeah, maybe not something like that. So at that point there, with that holding in that chord, I'm thinking to lose the rhythm of the drums over that, just to give that a bit of space. Like I will definitely get Woz to actually write a proper drum part for this, like he did with the rest of it. But just to give him a bit of an idea, it's sometimes good to chop some things out. Warwick was just said thinking the same thing. Yes. Oh, okay. So this is where this thing gets a bit tricky because where's my positioning? Just got to find that chord. So that's we'll call that the chorus. We'll pull a marker back there to bar, what is that? Where's that bar? 37, 38, 39. 39. So if I pull out all of those little drum bits in between those bars, hang on, I'll get my, so bar 39 to 40, I'm going to delete all of that crap. Let's just see what that sounds like. And with Logic, I can create a little bit of a loop with that orange marker that I'm using up there. I don't know if you can see that or not. And I'm going to take out that as well. I'm not going to go too overboard with this. Alright, so I'll leave that there, and I'll get Woz to add his drummerness to what's going on there, but that's a decent change to what's going on there. Let's just go back a little bit and have another listen to that. Warren's got a comment down here. Pre-chorus, third bar, perhaps play third chord on the fourth beat. Okay, let's have a look at that. Mitzi, how you going? Similar to Alright Now by Free. Alright, cool. I don't mind sounding like Free and AC/DC. That's cool. Sorry, Warren says second chord, pre-chorus, third bar, perhaps play the third chord. I need to get this in my head. Pre-chorus, which is what we're looking at. Second chord on the fourth beat. So 1, 2, and 1, 2. Play it on. Play second chord on fourth beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. I'm liking this. This is good. 2, 3. Alright, so let's do that. That sounds cool. So what I'm going to do now, I might leave the vocal bit there. There's probably going to be guitar bleed in it, but that's okay. I'm gonna move that out there, just get it out of the way, and I'll record that bit. No plug-in, mic input 2. Alright, so we'll give that a go, see what that sounds like. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. Yeah, that's cool. I wonder if we should do it every second time or every time. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Yeah, let's do it every time. I'm going to do it every time. Alright, so let's record that. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. Alright, that was pretty cool. Good suggestion was. Keep the suggestions coming, boys and girls. If you've got any thoughts, you're probably not going to get any royalties from this, because I'm not going to get any royalties from it either. So, if I do, I'm prepared to share the love around. So let's just have a listen to that. But I'm probably not, because I'm not a part of the musical Illuminati that. No, I'm not going to get down that conspiracy theory. Only the top % of people make music or money. 2, 3, 4. Alright, see how thin that was when it only had the one guitar, so I'm just because I can, I'm just going to record another track on that. 2, 3, 4. And I stuffed it. Try it again. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Alright, cool. I'm going to drop that in. You notice I'm not dropping in on the track. Some people do this drop-in thing, but I haven't fully worked it out in Logic yet. I should actually do it, but this sort of serves the purposes of this thing anyway. So dropping in, for those that don't know, is where you set an in and an out point for the recording. So say if I had just a note right in the middle of the thing that I'd missed, I can set very exact in and out points where the recording will arm, and I can play along with it, and it will play along and only record that little snapshot in time that I've selected, but I can be bothered. So let's just have a listen to that. So what I might do, just because I'm picky and anal and I can hear the guitar in the vocal mic, I'm just going to do that bit again. Alright, let's do that bit. Friend of mine. Alright, now I know I stuffed that as well. I played the guitar in the wrong part, but that'll do. Alright, let's just whack that in there. So the idea I originally had for the song is this idea of pass me the salt, and it's very much a anti-politically correct song. Is that the right way to say something like that? Anti-politically correct, where they want to try and water everything down. You can't say what you want. You can't speak, otherwise you will be branded a bigot or whatever. And I reckon that's all BS. We should be able to speak our mind. We don't want to be bullying people. We don't want to be bringing people down. But if I have an opinion, I want to be able to talk to people about it and yeah, so it's sort of come from that angle, and then it's been morphed. I was talking to Warren throughout the week, getting fired up about some political issues that are happening all around us at the moment, and I said I'm going to write a political protest song, and he said, oh, so it's going to be like Blues Midnight Oil, and I went, yeah, probably not a good idea. Even though pass me the salt, you probably wouldn't connect the dots with it, but I thought I'm going to change the name of the song, because there's I reckon at the moment, I don't know about you, but I have the battle of the mind where there's a voice that tries to get into my head to cause me to be frustrated and to be fearful of the future. And I reckon fear is like this voice that gets stuck in your head, probably more now so than ever, because everyone's fearful of the future and what possibly could be or what won't be or whatever. And I thought it was more of a up yours song to the voice of fear that wants to come in. So I'm changing the name of the song. So something along the lines of fear is no friend of mine. So we'll see where we end up. I might give up on the whole lyric thing and get someone else to do it, but we'll see. That's my rant for the day. That's my 2 cents, and if I was organised with my thing, I'd have my little 2 cent thing come up, but I don't. I hope this is not boring everybody to tears, but let's go back. And like I said, if you got any feedback, I want to hear some feedback. What have we got there? First and how about the first time? Warren just said, how about the first and third time? We can go back and tweak that. I just want to get some ideas down. What happened to my vocal? That was my guitar. Alright, I had the wrong input selected. I don't know how that happened. Vocal mic? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe I'll just sing that without any. Because I know what I did. I recorded it with this track down here, which is set to input 2, and I want it set to input 4, which will be my vocal mic. So I'm sorry, do that again. Alright, so where we go from? So let's record this one. People sending me messages on my phone. Just double check, it's nothing important. Nope. No one's. Is there any comments come through on Facebook? I'm sorry, just check this. I don't want to leave anybody behind with any cool ideas that might be coming through. Warren said, the government stole your voice. Conspiracy rumors. Ooh. I am not I would not brand myself as a conspiracy theorist. So I'll just try and weigh it all up. Alright, sorry. So back to this. Put some humming vocal back down on top of this. You're not a friend of mine. Alright, so hopefully that works. Okay. Alright, so I'll chop that and I'll put that in place. Boop. Alright, let's have a look, listen to my bad vocals. Alright, so I'll just chop that little bit of rubbish on the end of that. So you can see here when we record, it gives us a, let's see if we can zoom in, gives us a pattern on the screen. People call that the waveform of the audio coming in, and you don't want to have too much audio because otherwise it does what's called clipping. And clipping in when we're using digital recorders like a hard drive is not a good thing. You get really ugly sounds. If we're using an analog tape recorder or analog gear, clipping is actually good because it gives us distortion, which is what we get when we drive the gain on our amps really strong. We get distortion, and that's actually analog clipping, which is quite nice. Where would our world be without analog distortion? Alright, so we've got the chorus there. You're not a friend of mine. Alright, so we're back into the verse again. So what we've got is there was a cut after the first instrumental bit. had this, and Warren was doing the crazy drum roll, and it came in there on the verse. So what I can do with this is I can select all of that, and I can chop it with my little Logic chopping tool. And now I've got regions here. This is a verse, it's a pre-chorus and chorus stuck together, and I can copy this. So I can go copy, and I'm going to go paste. Now if this was a proper recording, I would not copy and paste everything. I would try and play it all in one hit, because I reckon that's a bit more authentic rather than cutting and pasting. But what this allows us to do is to figure out how much gap we want in between that riff and the next verse. 2, 3, and bow, bow, ow. So we probably, how many bars do we have back on this other one? It was quite big. It was 2 bars, I think. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Alright, so we might just do 1 bar cut in between there. 2, 3, back into there. And I just realised I lost a little bit of the vocal when I did that, so I'm going to do undo. Oh, and I went too far. This is another good thing about recording on the computer, is that we can do undos. So undo is really cool if you make the wrong move. I remember the first time I went to a studio, it was actually with reel-to-reel tapes, tape machine. And the engineer was a whiz on it. That was the first time I experienced that sort of thing. And the guy, he was chopping up tape and using sticky tape to stick things together. And yeah, he did some really cool stuff that I don't no idea how he did, but he was really good at it. His name was Trevor something. I can't remember the last name. It was at a studio at not North Ryde, somewhere up near Hornsby. 2, 3, 4. Alright, notice that was out. Why was that out? Did I chop it at the wrong spot? I did. Look at that. So what I did, instead of being right on the bar, I cut it before. So we just need to figure out what beat did I cut it on. It's like 16th note before. Alright, Trevor Beck. Trevor Beck, maybe. Rob said Trevor Beck. Maybe. He was a weird, he wasn't a church dude, he was some weird hippie dude. Not to say, a little disclaimer there, I'm not saying that hippie dudes are weird. But this guy was a little bit left of centre. I've got a couple of hippie mates and they're cool. This guy was cool too, but yeah, a little bit different. Alright, so that gives us verse 2. Rob says Trevor's known to be more of a live sound engineer. I think I have bumped into Trevor Beck a couple of times. James, Liz reckons your song is James Gang Funk 49. I'll have to check that out. I'm not familiar with that song. James Gang Funk 49. Alright. Alright, so I'm going to copy and paste this chorus in there, so that should hopefully... Oh, notice we lost the drums there. Pete says, cool song. Thanks, Pete. Or are you saying cool song about the James Gang song? Alright, so we lost the drums there, so what I might do because Waz is going to re-record the drums for these anyway, I'm going to drop the MIDI file into what we've got here. So I might, so I can do that here by making this smaller, and it looks like it drops in on bar 1. So I just need to be careful where I put it. Come on, resize. Why are you not resizing? Resize. Alright. So I'm going to drop that in here. That way I can sort of tweak it a bit. Oh, where did the rest of it go? Something happened there. I'm going to try that again. Maybe you didn't select properly. Sorry, like I said, I hope I'm not boring anybody, but you can always go watch some TV show if you really want to. That one in there. This one. This just will just allow me to edit it in with the song a little bit easier rather than trying to do it in Superior Drummer. I would keep it in Superior Drummer if I wanted to really tweak the drum patterns. But I think, like I said, Waz is going to do that anyway, so I don't want to waste time with that. All I want is some rhythm there to hold things together. So, what have we got here? We've got pre-chorus. Let me chop that with my Logic chopper. Chop that one. Split that. I actually didn't want to split that. I want to keep that whole. And I want to chop in on the verse. So the verse is there. And what I might do is move. See this? I've got these markers up the top. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. Yeah, you can. Just marking out the sections of the song. So I've got verse, 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 intro. So what I might do is chop this here, chop that, and I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to paste that over that verse there. That way we've got same sections happening. Paste that there, and I'll paste the chorus. And one thing I want to do with this, I want to have a bit of a riff thing for an instrumental section. So I'm assuming that would be after the second chorus, because that's normally the way that things would flow. What's going on? Joe Walsh, sorry. James Gang is too cool. Joe Walsh, enough said. So Joe Walsh was the guitarist from James Gang. Yes, Joe Walsh is an awesome dude. He's also a bit left of centre. I reckon he's a bit eccentric. Very cool dude, but so where am I at? So this is the chorus here. Notice that pre-chorus didn't work for some reason. It didn't work in that one either, so that's okay. Alright, so I'll leave that. And what we might do, I might give Warren another bar of drum coolness to do something in there before we go into some sort of riff. Alright, so I had this idea of putting in a riff, some sort of riff over the A there. So what I need is probably some drums. Something along those lines, but might not be. If you've got any ideas, anyone out there, like I said, I've got my Facebook thing in, so you can, if you've got an idea for a riff over that A. I want something simple over those low, the root note and the flat 7, and maybe the minor third, so someone can do a solo over the top of that. So if you've got your guitar or instrument handy, I'm just gonna find some drums, put a drum pattern, basic drum pattern over the top of this, and take a quick video and put it up on, or send me a messenger. I can look at it either on Messenger, or you can put it on the Night Jam. If you want to just do a personal one on Messenger, it might be the easier way to do it. So I'm just gonna find a basic drum groove. Where have I gone? Drums, grooves. Hang on, grooves. So it's straight. Cymbals. What have I got here? Blues. So all these things in here are just different grooves that I can use. So I can go in here and play this. That's cool. Let's just use that. I'm going to use that. I'm going to whack that in here. Drop that down there. I might just use a bit of it, but it's going to give us a little bit of rhythm. And I won't. I know over time it's 5:04, so I'll just go for a couple of minutes more, and then I'll. Unless you want me to keep going, you can make comments. If you want me to bugger off, let me know, and I'll. Why don't we just loop that? That sounded cool. I'm sure Woz can play something like that. So I'm just going to copy that. Something low and chuggy, and let's get rid of that. And I'm gonna ditch this because I don't need that. And might just put a couple more of those in there. So I need to, if I'm playing something, I need to come in before that bar. So I'm just noodling around, just trying to come see what ideas I can come up with. So that drum pattern is very syncopated, and it's throwing my time all over the place. 3, 4. Let me zoom in on that a little bit. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's messing me up, the timing. So what I might do is just alright, so what I'm going to do, because I'm rhythmically challenged with this song, is straighten that out a little bit. We can always mess it up later. Might give yourself a drum pattern that's similar. Alright, so if I leave So what I'm doing here, I'm just editing the MIDI information. That's a kick drum. Let me just dial that out. And maybe put one in. And maybe this bar here. Maybe move that beat. No, that's messing me up. What's going on? Dun. 1, 2, 3, 4. Might delete that beat actually. Alright, so that's the snare beat. Alright, so I might at that point no longer drag this out any further, because like I said, I don't want to bore people, and I'm just sort of noodling around trying to find the right feel of things at the moment. So if you've got an idea for that riff, that whatever it might be, send me a little video or something of you playing something. Yeah, cool. Rob says, loving an elevator breakdown. Loving an elevator. I don't remember the breakdown in that song. I remember the chorus. I have to have a look. Cool. All right. So, like I said, if you've got any ideas, send me a video, or give me a call, or send me something, so I can add your idea into what's going on there. Cool. All right. So, I'll sign out there. Hope you guys have a good rest of your Sunday. Hopefully it's still nice weather outside. It's only 5 o'clock, so the sun should still be out shining. So I will see you next week. Don't forget, if you want to join in with my practice session on Wednesday, that is midday, or you can watch it if you're at work later on. Cool. Yeah, any thoughts or comments on anything? If you've got any ideas on things you want me to go over next week, let me know. Cool. So have a good week. Stay safe. And don't let fear suck you down. Let's kick it in the ass, and let's get that out of our communication. Yeah. Cool. All right. I'll stop preaching now and sign out. See you next time. See you guys. Stop immediately. End.